And welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Junior Garcia, and here are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Missing minor injured by gunfire. Lieutenant Governor talks passports. And King Derby debuts political song. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
Channel 8 News is brought to you by R3D to help balance your quality of life, a blend of herbs and phytonutrients to help support joint health. Learn more at 1-800-655-6932. R3D.
Breaking news tonight, 17-year-old Ras Jahida Escobar, who had been reported as a runaway for more than a week, was a passenger in a car that was the target of a deadly shooting earlier this week on St. Croix. Escobar was found wounded in that shooting, and another 24-year-old male passenger was also wounded. The driver was killed. We'll have more on this story soon. In other news, as previously reported, police are still searching for Tarika Alexander, who has been missing for more than a week. VIPD spokeswoman Melody Rames has the details.
Juvenile Investigation Bureau detectives on St. Thomas and St. Croix are asking the community's assistance in locating Tarika Alexander. The missing female had been seen recently in the territory. Tarika Alexander was last seen on July 14th on St. Thomas. Tarika are familiar with both St. Thomas and St. Croix and may be on either island. Despite being labeled as frequent runaways, Youth Investigation Unit detectives are concerned with the welfare of the missing female. Tarika Alexander is 6 foot tall and weighs 190 pounds, and she has short black hair. She's originally from St. Thomas, may be wearing a weave, a wig, or extensions. If you have seen or know the whereabouts of Tarika Alexander, please contact the Juvenile Investigation Bureau on St. Thomas at 715-5540, 715-5542, or you can call 911. The police remind the public that anyone who harbors and or assists a runaway minor may face criminal prosecution.
New tonight, Lieutenant Governor Gregory Francis has led the fight against the federal government's requirement for territory residents to travel to Puerto Rico in order to apply for or renew emergency passports. Francis appeared on local talk radio show Straight Talk to discuss the recent developments in the matter.
It's some bonding issues that's ongoing, and I could talk about the postal system. And when this came to my attention, I think the email was dated 11 July.
Wow.
I saw it, I want to believe, on either the 14th or the 15th. I don't have it in front of me.
Right.
And it was not addressed to me. It was addressed to 2 of my staff employees. And I thought it was total disrespect.
Sure.
And when a decision has been made and say effective immediately, that any individuals requesting an emergency passport have to travel to Puerto Rico at their expense.
Right.
I took offense to that.
Yeah.
So we had a debate forum on the Thursday, which I didn't have time to actually coordinate with the State Department. But first thing Monday, I made a phone call to Miami.
Right.
And we had a nice discussion. You know, when I say nice discussion, you know, it was debatable, but when I spoke to the individual, that person did not have the authority to answer my questions. So as a good military officer, I said, well, refer me to the next person who can make that decision.
So you went up the food chain.
I went up the food chain, and I believe in protocol.
Yeah.
And we had the discussion, and I explained to the assistant director the position that we were placed in this decision being made. And she admitted to me Monday. She said she felt and feel a frustration when we had that discussion. And she said she was not personally involved in it, but she went and did her due diligence that same evening. She called me the Tuesday. We were playing phone tag. So we finally get to discuss. And she explained to me what took place.
Right.
But that decision has been reversed.
Right. But what took place? Why do you think they would unilaterally do this? And you're correct. It had to go way up the food chain.
Right.
So when they were starting to wiggle around, and obviously you were doing protocol-wise, Why do you think this decision was made? What was the impetus to make that kind of decision?
I don't want to say it's, Puerto Rico just opened a new processing agency in Puerto Rico for passports.
So they're trying to justify their existence.
Not only that, my thing is revenues.
Yes.
Because if we had to send those individuals to Puerto Rico for emergency passports, there would have been revenue not being in our conference in the Virgin Islands. So I did mention that to the young lady also, the assistant director, because every passport that we process in the Virgin Islands, the money stays there.
Sure.
So those are revenues we are going to lose.
Moving along, fighting AIDS in the Caribbean has received a major financial boost. Here is Cynthia Graham with the details in your nightly Caribbean Report.
Thank you, Junior. The United States Agency for International Development recently announced that over $500 million will be allocated for new efforts to achieve an AIDS-free generation in the Caribbean and other countries around the world. The new programs will support the implementation of the blueprint for President Barack Obama's emergency plan for AIDS relief. With this substantial investment, we are better able to sustain a lasting impact in the global fight against HIV and AIDS, said Assistant Administrator for Global Health, Ariel Pablos Mendez. The awards include $250 million and an additional $73 million, both of which will be implemented over separate 5-year periods. The crippling dry spell across Jamaica has led to a shortage of several food items based on an assessment completed by the Ministry of Agriculture. Donovan Stanbury, permanent secretary in the ministry, said carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, and onions are vegetables that have been hard to come by. He suggested that consumers might have to consider food substitutes as a short-term measure. Jamaica's Agriculture Ministry is pursuing strategies to ease the impact of the dry spell on agricultural production. One of those strategies is to expand farming production in areas across the country that is getting adequate supplies of rainfall. And finally tonight, now that the 2014 World Cup is history, the world's attention has now turned to the next big sporting event, the Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games, which kicked off yesterday. And of the 71 participating nations, 17 are from the Caribbean region. So, how successful have Caribbean athletes been at previous Commonwealth Games? Here are some of the stats. 227 Commonwealth Games medals have been won by 11 Caribbean islands in 9 different sports. And Jamaica in 1966 is the only Caribbean island to have hosted a Commonwealth Games. Be sure to check out your local TV listings to catch your favorite Caribbean team in the games. This has been tonight's Caribbean Report. I'm Cynthia Graham. We'll be back here tomorrow to bring you more news and views from in and around the Caribbean. Back to you, Junior.
Thank you, Cynthia. Stay tuned. We have more news right after this.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And welcome back to News Channel 8. The weekend is full of events that you should attend. Mr. Bogle has all the hottest happenings in tonight's entertainment report.
Thank you very much and welcome to this weekend edition of your entertainment report. Definitely tonight, Thursday, we're starting off with, of course, TGIP. Thank God it's payday over there at Cathley's Bar and Restaurant in the Peters West area, farming the Talk of the Town building. So you definitely want to go and check it out after you finish working. You want to go and roll up your sleeves, take off your jacket, get something to drink, dance, have some fun, discuss whatever you want to discuss. That's the place to be. Music will be provided by, of course, Selector Kof and DJ Carl. So please go and check it out. Also, don't forget this Sunday, and every Sunday the place will be at the Spotnet Beach Bar and Grill. And this Sunday they're gonna have DJ Top Shadows. So you go down there, you get something to eat, enjoy the nice beach. You're in the Caribbean and get something to eat and drink with some nice music up until about 9 or 10 o'clock. Also, if you're on the west side, remember to check out Coach's Bar From Thursday to Sunday, that's the place to be. DJ Chris and you have Big Cat Song, they're always in the house. So please go on out to Coach's Bar down on the west side and full joy yourself. Then we also want to remind you and tell you about the big soca dance coming up. You can't afford to miss this one. It's all about the Wet Fest 2014 at the Frederickset Pool, featuring of course the Styly Band, DJ Chubby, DJ Carl with Selector Koof. Definitely you can't afford to miss this one. You're gonna have Uncle Sasso, you're gonna have Kylo, you're gonna have KM1, you're gonna have Jamal the Farmer, Pumpa, I'm talking about all the soca artists that you could think about from the Virgin Islands. They will be there, so you wanna come over and check that one out. And it's just $20 get you in all night, and it's all day, all night. It's brought to you by KDM Promotion. Then we wanna move on and tell you about Dub on the Beach Part 2, the full moon edition. The first one was Off the Chain. It goes down at the Frederickset Pool again. It's brought to you by High Grade Records, Busspipe Records, and KDM. On the card, you're going to have the return of the Boondocks King. I'm talking about Ras Attitude. You're going to have Ras Batch. You're going to have Sabbatical Order, High Grade Dub, Iodine, Tia, Fire Emblem, and also Ninja P. From 6 p.m. until 12. Remember, it's just $15 at the gate. Food by Shanti Shower, Feli, and Chef Digby Shadiron. So please check it out. It's full moon edition of Dub on the Beach Part 2. Definitely, I want to thank you for joining me here on the Entertainment Report. Whatever you do, please do it peacefully. And if you drink, just don't drive. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Bogle. Now that the political season is in full swing and Virgin Islanders are getting ready to go to the polls for the August 2nd primary elections, there is no shortage of politically charged messages being heard. In a Channel 8 exclusive, legendary Calypsonian King Derby stopped by our studios to announce the release of his latest single titled, They Still Gon' Thief. Once again, here is Mr. Bogle with the details.
Good evening to everyone. Definitely, I'm sitting here with a legend when it comes to Kaiso, culture, Kwelbe, anything in the Virgin Islands, King Derby. And I met him a couple of days on the street and he told me, Bogle, I have a new song coming out, you want to hear it? He told me a couple of weeks, but instead it's a couple of days. And I listened to the song last night, I listened to it a while ago, and trust me, full of lyrical content, and we know what season this is, so I think that's why it's an appropriate time for him to bring out a song like this. So King Derby, tell me, why this song, why this lyrical content, man? This is a very strong, harsh song.
You're right. It's like the people on the street just meet me. Derby, where you're coming with this, the politician them, we ain't gonna vote this year because we fed up. And we're gonna get them out, especially them old one, because all they do is thief, lie, and promising. So I said like this, let me tell you something. Whether you take out that one or that one, all you do is substituting the thief them. Because they're gonna still thief, lie, promise, anyhow we put in. But it's your right and you have to vote. But you better make sure that who you're voting for won't thief as much as these were there. Because the way it all ain't gonna thief. That's the nature of a politician. You have to lie, thief, and promise. If you don't do that, then you ain't good.
So, in reference to the song now, are the radio stations playing the song? Because I know I'm going to play it Saturday morning, God's Spare Life. I don't know if I can get to play it much times after that, but I'm going to play it Saturday morning, God's Spare Life.
They're going to play because the people ain't going to stand for it to cut. Because this song is educating the people. It's laughter, it got humor to it, but it got serious humor to it. It's getting you like we're in a deficit, right? We borrow money every month, and we're still in the deficit. So where part of the money going? Something got to be wrong.
In the deficit?
Yeah. Why? Where all this money going that we keep borrowing all the time? Something is not right. And as I said before, these politicians we have to hold level for, and also the people. The people come first. We got to let them. They're working for us. We ain't working for them. Exactly. And we don't call it whether in peach, in apple, or in orange. They got to or in mango. They got to do something. They got to be more serious. You sit down in the British. I love the British. We are doing things. If you ain't doing good, we get you out and keep an election the next day.
And that's the thing. You lose the election this afternoon. Tomorrow morning you're out of office. Not 3 months down the road where you could. Not 3 months down the road where you could get to do things. You lose the election today. Tomorrow morning you pack your charge, you bundle, and you leave government headquarters.
Right.
So where can we find? Cause we could go on and on. But where can we find this song? Like anybody want to purchase the song and stuff like that? Where can they find it?
They don't go contact me because what happened that I only put out a teaser.
Okay.
I didn't really get down to start, but by now and next week I get it out and I gonna drop some down over by Galloway's record shop, and they got some place in town named some Rhythms of yeah. So
you're probably gonna put on the song about the one from St. Thomas Carnival and the city.
Yes. Okay. So that's a good idea.
Yeah, I got you. So definitely, man. What's the name of the song? Tell them.
All of them on thief.
So definitely sitting down with, of course, the icon, the legendary King Derby, releasing his new song for the political season. All of them gone thief. Thank you for joining us here on News Channel 8. Back to you.
Very interesting indeed. Visit the Channel 8 Facebook to hear the full song and post your reactions there. Don't go anywhere. We have more news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And finally tonight, here is Stephen Koof Francis with last night's baseball championship action in your Sports 411 update.
Thanks a lot, Junior. The championship series in the AA Baseball League got underway last night between the defending champs, the Vikings, versus the Yankees. Let's pick up the action in the top of the third in a scoreless game. Vikings with the bases loaded, while the Yankees starting pitcher gives up another free pass, walking home the game's first run. Next up was Arthur Kanai. Well, Kanai hits a chopper that goes under the second baseman gloves, driving home 2 more runs. Well, the Vikings would tack on 4 more runs, a total of 7 runs in the inning for a 7-0 lead. Well, that's all the run support the Vikings veteran starting pitcher Kenny Jackson would need. The big swinger, the miss. Oh, he is signing up batters to his fan club. And his team behind him was getting it done too. David Clark with the play at shortstop gets the force out. Bottom of the 9th inning, Jackson gets the last batter he faced to pops up to Kanai for the game final out as he went the distance as the Vikings takes game 1 17-4. Kenny Jackson, he got the win. David Clark Jr. went 3 for 5 and Jamar Williams went 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. After the game, I spoke to both managers.
We're going for championship number 21. We always start every championship with Mr. Kenny Jackson. That's an old warrior. He set the standards for this team. Once he gave us game 1, we're ready for the rest of it. Everybody understand the road to the championship is through us. And that's not bragging. That's just an understood situation. Every year the Vikings in the championship. So if you want to win it, you got to beat the Vikings. It doesn't matter how we play in the regular season because I use all the youngsters. So record don't mean nothing to us. It's preparation, development. And so when we get to this point now, it's showtime. Can you deal with us at that point? And hey, the Yankees, not taking nothing from them. They're a tremendous team. We battled with them for years and years and years. And we came here looking, we came here looking for the competition. Tonight we dominated them, but that don't mean that Friday night ain't gonna be a dark fight, because that team don't lay down.
I think the starting pitching just fell apart, and then that killed our momentum. The team just didn't really seem like they had it after that.
So, what are plans for Friday?
Well, we just gotta come back out fighting.
Okay,
there's
man.
There's no dying in this team, but you just gotta come out, I guess, a little more aggressive and I think we should do better this year.
Well, folks, the actions continue on Friday at 7 p.m. at the DC Canagator Ballpark. Go on out and show your support. That's a look at your Sports 401 update. I'm Stephen Q. Francis for News Channel 8. Back to you, Junior.
Thank you, Koof. Will it rain? Will it snow? Who knows? Stay with us. We have your weather coming up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And here's a look at your local weather.
Tonight, there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 74 degrees and a 50% chance of rain. Tomorrow, you can expect more scattered showers and thunderstorms before noon, then isolated showers, mostly sunny with a high near 87. On Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 75. Chance of rain is 30%. Scattered showers on Saturday, mainly before noon, mostly sunny with a high near 89. On Saturday night, there'll be isolated showers, partly cloudy with a low around 75. Sunday will bring more isolated showers, mostly sunny with a high near 89. Very low chance of rain, only around 20%. This has been Alexis Barnes with your Channel 8 News weather.
Thank you very much for tuning in. That's all we have for local news. Do not forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CHA. And you can also follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News. And be sure to subscribe to Channel 8 on your YouTube at WSVI-TV News, Channel 8. Watch us on your computer, plus use the free Dish Anywhere app to DVR us and see us anywhere in the world on your smartphone or tablet. I'm Junior Garcia, and World News is up next. Good night, Virgin Islands.
Channel 8 News is brought to you by R3D to help balance your quality of life, a blend of herbs and phytonutrients to help support joint health. Learn more at 1-800-655-6932. R3D.